started just a moment, like one more commissioner. Everybody doing okay tonight? We're glad you're here. We'll be like three more commissioners. All right, we'll call the meeting back to order. We're gonna try to use some explanation of what we've been talking about under the guidance of our attorney. So, I'm gonna turn it over to the county executive to begin, and then we'll move over to the attorney. If anybody has any questions, so, Mr. Barlow.
So, just to let the public know and everybody know, what we are voting on here. We were faced a lawsuit at the, Overton County Justice Center. It was Hargis versus Overton County is, what we, called it here. This is a vote on a settlement. After TBI came in, found no wrongdoing, multiple investigations, there's 10 of the county, employees that are brought under lawsuit. So the settlement will protect the 10 employees instead of them going after each individual employee and suing this one for 500,000 or this one for 3 million or something like that. If we reach a settlement before we go to court, it would balloon all that in and we would protect our employees. And what we're voting on tonight, and if you have any more questions about this, we do have our two attorneys here that can explain more to you about this. We feel that if we go to court, there is a chance, even though we think we have a strong case, but there is a chance that it would put it off on the individuals. So the vote tonight is to bring that in and try to protect our citizens, our workers, that's the ultimate goal. So they have counteracted with us. We went and, had a meeting with them a couple of weeks ago. We sat down all day long and they have came up with a number. So the vote tonight is to, if we meet that number or not. Do you have anything else that I'm leaving out? Lillian, Robin?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Commissioners have any questions?
Yeah, does the commissioners have any questions, any more questions? I think I explained it kinda.
So the settlement's gonna be for, the county's portion is gonna be for $1.3 million. And we've got 5 to 8 years to pay this $1.3 million. So that is what we're gonna be voting on tonight. Vote yes for the settlement. If you vote no, you're voting to take it to court. Do we understand how we're gonna vote?
Robin, or Robbie, I'm sorry.
Were any of the county employees involved?
Not until we go to court.
Are you talking about civilly or criminally? TBI did an investigation to determine whether there was any criminal activity on the part of the employees. There was no criminal activity, no charges brought. Of course, we have the civil litigation, which would determine whether or not civilly a jury believes that there was any wrongdoing.
Was my question.
Any other questions? Does everybody understand what we're doing?
And it's for.
All right, we're gonna vote yes, will be for the settlement, vote no.
Hang on just a
John, I
second.
think there was.
Was there not a question?
So
Sorry.
I was asking, I said, was for wrongful death was the suit.
It is a wrongful death claim. The allegations are whether or not Mr. Hargis was falsely imprisoned within the jail, and then whether any of the officers used excessive force when trying to restrain him.
I'm not sure if everybody knows the whole circumstances of it, you know, what was going on. The city didn't arrest this, that was the thing, you didn't arrest the individual, he was pretty much a mental patient at the hospital, and they was trying to restrain him, and the individual was so they took him over and really didn't have a place to be able to restrain somebody in. And, now the hospital does, the sheriff's departments, or the jail will never take somebody actually have an arrest warrant against him, you know, and that's what they're contesting, he was wrongfully held, but our thing was, the sheriff's department was trying to do the best thing they could. He was trying to poke his eye out and
He was trying to kill
everything.
himself.
Yes, he's trying to
I read
injure
that
himself, and
today.
they were trying to restrain the individual to keep him from hurting himself, and it's, life lessons are hard learned on these, and it's,
The hospital couldn't handle him, and they didn't have anywhere for him to go.
is that pretty,
And he was, if to let him go, he could hurt himself or hurt others. And so they asked us to hold him until they found a place for him. And that's where he came in nice, but then he was trying to kill himself. And so they was trying to help him.
Chair recognizes Randy.
I'll make a motion to settle.
Got a motion by Randall Baldwin, got a second by Patrick McCurdy. Any other questions or discussion?
Well, I just want the public to know too, that there was a lot of aspects of this case that that the attorneys could not bring out that involved, our decision too.
Any other comments?
Get the motion and stuff.
Also, the city has already settled, correct?
Yes.
yes, they have.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Clerk, will you call the roll?
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Jesse Bowman,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Bobby Melton,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Donna Savage,
Yes.
Cindy Robbins,
Yes.
Gil McCowen,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Greg Nivens.
yeah.
All four, motion carries. So, Robin, you can take care of the rest of that for us. Number 9, consider approval to reduce the length on difficult lane by 118.4 feet in this agreement between Brown versus Walker. This is a case that happened back a year or so ago, where, two landowners got into a dispute on the footage, so they went to court, and the court settled what's in there. So that's why we're gonna reduce it down to 1.8, that's what the judgment has stated in there, so, everybody knows where difficult lane is, it's out there off of 84 across from Coca Cola, right in that area there. We need a motion, to reduce it just by 118.4. Got a motion by Philip Talley, second by Randall Baldwin. Clerk, we call the roll.
Greg Nivens,
Yeah.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Gil McCowen,
Yes.
Cindy Robbins,
Yes.
Donna Savage,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Bobby Melton,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Jesse Bowman,
Yes.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
All four, motion carried. All right, number 10, we've got a couple of folks that wants to speak before we get to the, consider approving the resolution on the liquor referendum. So, I think, John, we've got you down first, you want to come up and address the county commission. We'll give you 3 or 4 minutes there, John. Good to see you.
First of all, thank the commission for the opportunity to come and to make some remarks concerning this issue. It's an issue that I'm very strongly opposed, and just a couple of statements I want to make tonight. I appreciate this. As I have spoken with Mr. Barlow, and I've spoken with my commissioners in my district, I was told by them that the reasoning for bringing this liquor by the drink and trying to put it on a referendum was because of the revenue shortfall that the county has. They're trying to generate some extra revenue. And as I begin to look at that, I understand that even though the county over the last 2 years, each year have had about an increase of somewhere around $3 million increase in revenue, we all understand that the increase of revenue that the county has sustained is not enough to overcome the shortfall of just regular inflation. we all know everything costs more. It costs more to do everything, and when we take it in our homes, it costs us more to feed our families, put gas in our cars. It's gonna cost the sheriff more to put gas in his cars, take care of the inmates. We understand that. I understand that that's an issue that the county has. I also understand that, for many years, the commission has been very diligent in trying to keep from having a property tax increase. And I appreciate that as a property owner. But I feel like we have probably got to a point where that may be the only answer to the shortfalls that we have in the county in the revenue part. Because what revenues come in, we just don't have enough money. I understand that. But also understand that the revenue that would be brought in by a couple of restaurants or venues in the county from the sale of liquor, which from what I researched and found is a 15% of the income that comes in from the sale of alcohol is the tax. Half of that goes back to the state. Half of that comes to the county. And then that half has to be divided again. Half of that has to go to the schools. We're all want to support the schools. The other half of that will go to the general fund of the county. It sounds like a good deal, but when you do the math, if we have let's say $1,000 worth of sales, that's only $75. Split in half, and then split in half. There's not that much money that's gonna be going into the general fund to help the sheriff, the road superintendent, or any of the other offices or things in the county. So to me, it looks like it's a very small trickle of funds that's going into a bucket that needs a whole lot more in it to be able to sustain the county as it is. But I believe there is a greater issue that stands before us here this evening. And it's not just the issue of revenue, but it's a moral issue. There's a moral issue that comes about when we talk about alcohol. We all know this evening that there is nothing good that ever comes from alcohol being made more accessible to the public. There's no good. It never does what we're told that it's going to do. All it does is add to the problem that already exists. If this passes, if you decide to put it on the referendum, and it goes to November and it passes, what that is going to end up doing is it's going to put a greater workload upon our sheriff back here and his deputies. We're going to have more roads to patrol, more DUIs to process, more problems to have to deal with. We have more possibility for automobile accidents. That puts a load on the ambulance service and the volunteer fire departments that we go and we work those wrecks. But the greatest burden is put upon the families of our county. We know tonight that one of the leading contributors to domestic problems in the home is alcohol use. We know that, folks. We've seen it. I've seen it as a pastor. I've seen it as I grew up, as a child, as a teenager. I understand that alcohol enhances the problems within the home. It affects husband and wife relationships. It affects parent and child relationships. And the people who carry the brunt of these problems is our children. It's the children that have to face the domestic problems. The children that have to be removed from their homes. The children that witness things that no child should ever have to witness. That's what we're contributing to when we open up and we make alcohol more accessible to the public. There's a verse in the Bible, and this is what it says. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and maketh him a drunkard. God says, woe unto that people. We have a moral responsibility tonight. You as a council, you have a moral responsibility. Yes, there's a revenue problem. We all agree with that. But folks, the moral problem is far greater than a revenue problem. Why would we want to put that problem, make it more difficult for our families and our children? You tonight have an opportunity to do what's right, to do the right thing, to stand and honor the words that are right there. In God, that's who we trust. If you honor God, God can honor you by bringing in revenue in the county that you never knew where it was going to be from. So look to the Lord. I heard Mr. Barlow pray a moment ago that the Lord's will would be done tonight. That's my prayer. I hope it's your prayer. I hope it's the prayer of these people out here in this audience. That's the ultimate goal. I want to honor God. And I honor Him. I say, no, I'm not going to do this. We'll find other ways to generate revenue for Overton County. Thank you. And I want to thank those who have come tonight to support this tonight. Thank you.
We, number 11, we got comments by Mr. Jason Ryder. Did I say your last name? Right here. Did I say your last name correctly?
Yes, sure did.
You was out 7 or 8 minutes.
Yes, sir. My name's Jason Grotter. I'm with the Old Gray venue. Thank you so much for your time tonight, and thank you for your great words and what you said too. Really appreciate it. I'll make it as quick as possible. A lot of family to get home to, and I appreciate it. So I'm with the Old Gray venue, and this is all how liquor could benefit. You know, the boat could benefit my business, or our business. And we plan on bringing in 30 to 40,000 people to our venue this year. We've got 2 motorcycle races, a country music festival, a 2-day that's put on by the largest concert promoter in the country, Live Nation. They're coming in May. Plus 3 or 4 other shows, including a rock and roll show and a contemporary Christian show that we're putting on. So what selling liquor would do for us would be able for us to make more money, more infrastructure, more better shows, more economic impact, more tourism impact for Overton County. And so as you're thinking about doing this, you know, maybe the citizens could have a say in this. You know, do they want this? Do they want more things to come to Overton County because of it? And that's all I'm asking. And I just really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, so what we have to do tonight, last month, when we voted on the liquor revenue, we got voted to table it. So, which means that if we're gonna bring this back to the, back on the table, back to the agenda, we're gonna have to have 2/3 vote. So, we're gonna have to take 10 votes to get it out of being off the table, so, do I hear you?
I got a question about all this. Mr. McCurdy had said that, to serve liquor, you had to have a, 51% vote. Am I right?
Yeah, at 40 seats.
And 40 seats. does the Old Grade have that? Do they have a, they have a?
Your primary business is food, and then you
Our primary
sell
business-
71.
Our primary business is events, but we sell food.
Yeah, but it's gotta be 51% of your business is in food
Yeah,
services.
yeah, that's.
So I don't think you qualify.
Well,
I guess.
that's a bridge we'd have to cross.
Yeah.
Once we got there, and you're right, we don't know that, but that's this to us is a first step to maybe getting there.
Is there any other statements, comments?
Does your tax dollars come into Overton County, because that was something we had discussed before, that it goes to Putnam County? Is
No,
it actually
we're in
Overton?
Overton County, tax dollars come here.
They got Overland County beer license,
Yeah,
cause we loaded them.
You got a comment? Alright, so what we'll have to do is I'll entertain a motion to bring it
I make a motion.
back on the table. Okay. Got a motion by, Jesse Bowman. Got a second by Mr. McCurdy, Patrick McCurdy.
I make a motion to leave it table.
Yeah, we've got this motion first, please. So, what we're gonna vote on, their motion is to bring it back up, to put it back on the agenda to be voted for, alright? It takes 10 votes for it to pass. Victoria, call the roll.
Greg Nivens,
No.
Darwin Clark,
No.
Gil McCowen,
No.
Cindy Robbins,
No.
Donna Savage,
No.
Shane Walker,
No.
Robbie Melton,
No.
Jeff Long,
No.
Patrick McCurdy,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
No.
Philip Talley,
No.
Geraldine Walker,
No.
Jesse Bowman,
Yes.
Randall Boswell.
No.
Alright, motion failed, it will stay tabled, so that's it won't be able to come back up again this year, so. Alright, well, number 13, consider approval for notice of large annual copy of renewal. Skylar Harris is new, Patrick Brown is renewal. Melinda Morgan,
Hope y'all remember, we got
Renewal.
like that.
Riley Paul, a new, Stephen Vaughn, new, Christine Parkhurst, new, and Sarah McLeod, renewal. Need a motion and a second, got a motion by Randall, second by Philip. All four? All four, motion carries, so we have some new others. All right, Ms. Shannon, you got anything for the county tonight? That you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, just a little
Thank
bit.
you. Go on up.
Oh, happy New Year. I've not seen many of you. So, hope you had a good holiday and the New Year was good. So, of course, the next few months for us at the chamber, we've got a lot of planning going on that will start most of our major events in May through the rest of the year. But we do have a few things going on over the next couple months that I wanted to, talk to you guys about. Our legacy celebration is gonna be held at the Stonecycle Manor at 202 Roberts Street on January 25th. That's a Thursday evening from 5 to 7 p.m. We will be honoring all of our businesses that have been in Overton County for 20 plus years that night. And then on February 1st, the chamber is hosting our qualifying round for the Tennessee Songwriters Week. That will be at Iron and Oak from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The winner of that event will then move on to a regional event that the state will be hosting, and, then possibly on to the Bluebird Cafe for the final round. We, hosted this last year at Iron and Oak. I think a lot of you probably know the Garrett Boys. They won here locally and actually went on to the Bluebird, last year. So they've had some really good successes from this event. So we'd love for y'all to help us promote this as much as you can. It's on our Facebook page. If you know anyone that might want to be part of this event, they can register to compete at our website, discoverlivingstontn.com/TN Songwriters Week 2024. Then also, our First Leadership Overton class is scheduled for January the 17th. We have our class selected. I should have brought a list of names, but I didn't think about it, but I will make sure that y'all know who all is in that class by the next meeting. And also, I will keep you informed on progress and any of the projects that this class will be working on for the community for this year. And lastly, we have talked about creating a tourism council, and I think just within all the, holiday, the busyness of the holiday and events that happened during that time period, it kinda got put on the back burner. So our, board meeting is coming up soon at the chamber, so the board, the county mayor and the city mayor will be working toward getting that council together. And hopefully we will have a list of people who are on that council for y'all next meeting as well. And that's all I have.
I'm just so glad that you're doing leadership overton again, it's a wonderful program. I'd like to encourage any of my fellow commissioners that have a chance to take that in the future, it's just wonderful, to love it.
It is, they wouldn't want me to have anything to do with it this time, because they wanted me to go through it first.
Oh.
So I'm actually in the class this time, and then next year I'll be able to actually help with the whole process, so. Any questions?
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen.
Thank y'all.
We're down to number 15. Usually we like to ask if anybody in the public has any comments about our meeting tonight. It has to be related to what's on the agenda. You've heard what we've talked about. Does anybody want to come forward and speak or have anything to say, or want to talk about anything? All right, we're glad you're here. We like seeing people here, see how county government works, so we appreciate y'all. I'll entertain a motion. The next meeting will be February 12th, Monday, February 12th at 5 o'clock, so, everybody got that on the calendar. So, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Got Jeff Long made the motion, and Robbie seconded. Robbie seconded. All four? All four, we stand adjourned. Thank y'all.